So yeah, thank you, Jason. I'll make this kind of quick. As Kelly kind of alluded to what we've already been doing, the advanced instrumentation for microbiome studies. I'm the core lead, so you can contact me. There's also Eric Henderson, which I'd probably direct you to as well. He's been recently started for the last couple months now and getting trained and working on getting things going. Really what this core is meant to be is to give a full service of the characterization of either a microbial isolate or a community. And that goes all the way from organismal analysis, understanding the nutrient requirements, growth kinetics, and even the storage and distribution of that. Going through doing the molecular analysis on these, so actually getting the genome sequenced, if it's an isolate, or if it's a community, understanding what the community composition is through the 16S gene, or the functional capabilities with metagenomics or metatranscriptomics. And then once you get all the sequencing data, actually adding in the bioinformatics, and this is where we overlap and work with Embry quite a bit, in providing the pipelines to be able to characterize and actually count or be able to understand what the sequencing data is actually telling you. So we're developing pipelines for that, but we're also available for teaching. So if there's anybody that wants to learn how to do these, we can bring him in and talk about that. Or we can actually accept the samples and go through either this whole pipeline or part of this pipeline. We're still kind of developing this. We were actually in the process of doing this when COVID hit, and then we kind of spun the lab around to start making viral transport media for the state. Now that's starting to slow down. We're getting back into the pipeline, so we are looking for, if anybody wants to be a beta user, there's been a few already, just to make sure that we get the sample process and submission down. I'll show you a few things. What we have for the organismal analysis, we can both do aerobic and anaerobic culturing. We have the anaerobic chamber in there, as well as the laminar flow hoods. Within the next 2 weeks, we're going to be having a bioreactor, an Epidorf bioreactor set up, where we can run up to 8 bioreactors at the same time. This is a great way we can actually set up a mock gut community and run different parameters and see how changing those parameters actually changes the microbial community as well as the function of it. Molecular analysis, we have a molecular clean room to make sure that everything is sterile, that we're not contaminating anything. But then also we're set up to be doing MiSeq sequencing or nanopore sequencing. We can do either or depending on if it's a community or if it's a isolate. And then the bioinformatics part of this is, like I mentioned before, kind of working with Embry. We have the Beowulf cluster, which is getting a little bit old, but still has quite a bit of life in it to be able to dispute out and process this particular data, as well as a new Linux workstation to be able to help kind of get these processes. Again, we're available for, we have our own pipelines that we're developing, but also if there is a bioinformatics problem, we can be available for kind of troubleshooting with the pipelines that you have for that. So I said I'd keep it quick, so that was my last one.